your main man Jay Zone, and right now you're checking out the Hip Hop Shop on rapreviews.com, rapreviews.com. Well, I'm not getting a pedicure and a manicure with your mama in the nail shop. That's exactly where you can find me, so don't go nowhere.
Yo, what up, man? It's K Murdoch, one half of Panacea, one half of Subsonic, representing progressive hip-hop, just like the Hip Hop Shop. You're checking it out, showing mad love. Whenever it's time for me to get up and do the rap review thing, I'm ready and able, brother. I'm ready and able, brother. I'm ready and able, brother.
I've got one of the YouTube Uterine Unicorn articles open right now, and it's the food reviewer, American Hero loves Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, that kid is incredible. Like, just this kid, for those who aren't familiar with the food reviewer, who I'm sure is actually about to take over the internet. He's, I'm assuming between ages like 10 and 11, like right before that really, sort of awkward adolescent cusp age kicks into gear. And he's this little kid with sort of a thick, what I'm assuming is a Midwestern accent. And he reviews food, but they're just like a minute long, and he's reviewing just everyday things like Girl Scout cookies or Gushers or Diet Coke in a can. But, when you're that age, those are all big deals, and his tagline is whether it's a buy or not. And he's fantastic. Just thinking about it makes me smile.
I feel the same way when I read your blog, too, because you talk about things that were big when you were a kid. Like, you just talk about what it was like to go to the supermarket and see the candy aisle, and you're like, ooh, I want some of that.
Oh, that was so great. And, when you're that age, the supermarket is such a really amazing spot. And being in New York with so many bodegas and so many, compromised size or just weird-shaped markets, it kind of loses that, especially now that there's also constant YouTube and Twitter and Tumblr and what have you, but just seeing the sheer technology at that young age and just being overwhelmed with everything, all the senses, it's just incredible.
Have you seen the Ghetto Celebrities reviews where they go to the bodega and buy the quarter water and all the yellow foods? Like every food they buy, Twinkies is yellow and the Funyuns is yellow. Have you seen those?
I actually haven't, but that sounds something right up my alley.
Yeah, you got to check those out. Rafi Khan and Dallas Penn, they just did a tremendous job with their trip to the bodega. Get the most unhealthy diet you could possibly have, living off $1.50 everything you could get at the bodega.
So many of those wonderful things. Yeah, actually, I live in Spanish Harlem now, and just seeing so many just wonderful snacks at such great prices. But what was great, I remember a couple 2008 or so, I was way out in the Bronx doing a local access TV interview, and I hadn't eaten that day, so walking on the way to the studio, I stopped in this bodega and saw all these candies from yesteryear that I hadn't seen in so long. So I don't know if that part of the Bronx is the Florida equivalent for candy retirement, but seeing Spree and bottle caps and push pops, and it was an amazing fun time. It was nice to dip back into those flavors of old.
They've actually got a chain of stores that are starting to spread across the country now called Rocket Fizz, where you can basically walk in there and it's like the old-time candy store. They have all the candies that you thought nobody made anymore, and then they have sodas that you never even knew existed. It's just like a cornucopia of everything you could possibly want to rot your teeth with.
Oh, wow, because around here, on 3rd and 60th, there's Dylan's Candy Bar, and they have a shelf in the basement of candies of yesteryear, fruit stripe gum and all these other ones. So, but I imagine if they're having a chain of an old-time candy store, that is why this country is incredible.
Well, hopefully on that shelf they have Mallow Cups, because I went to the Rocket Fizz in Lincoln and they had Mallow Cups, and that just blew my mind. Somebody still has Mallow Cups. Oh, it's tremendous, but it's also tremendous that you're doing Facebook freestyles, and I think you should let everybody know all about that and how they can participate in your Facebook freestyles.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Right around last summer, I decided because freestyling is a lot of fun. I think if anyone's listening here who has never rapped before or never freestyled before, regardless if they've been interested in it or not, just do it, because it's a really good time. Just the joy of putting words together that rhyme and hearing oneself do it. And I've been doing it for a long time, especially out here in New York at spots like Freestyle Mondays, which is now located at Bar 13 every Monday night at midnight. And just the fun of and just people asking me to freestyle, at parties and different occasions, I decided, well, why don't I just, make this a weekly thing? So Every Friday, I did it for a while. It started out just as the Facebook feed clogger freestyle, because when you're openly acknowledging that you're clogging someone's feed, they can't get that mad at you. And even though I try to, adhere to a certain code of Facebook standards and not just be the absolutely awful spam rappers, the ones who will, just, I refuse to put something on someone's, wall. I keep things to just posting in the general feed, and that's it. But, Side of Grassi, I just, started taking requests of different instrumentals to freestyle over, and people would name them and an instrumental, or they'd comment a bunch, up and down a list, and they'd range from things like standard, great hip-hop beats, or more things like instrumentals from, openings of television shows, or even just, just cross-genre things, my favorite one I've probably done is Herb Alpert's Spanish Flea instrumental. And I wound up taking off on YouTube, so I started taking off on Facebook. So I started posting them onto YouTube. And it's been a lot of fun. I took a slight break from doing them for a while when Richard, or Good Goose, and I were really focusing on finishing the album. But planning to probably start those up again with summer approaching next week or so. So that's always a lot of fun.
I think actually Shook Ones Part 2 was the one that I suggested to you, because I remember I got credit for one of those instrumentals.
Was it Shook Ones? No, I think I don't think it was Shook Ones. I think it might have been a different Mob Deep thing, or was it the no? Didn't you? Was it the De La instrumental you suggested, or I want? No, it was a Premiere beat. It was a Premiere beat, I recall, I believe. So
okay,
but
yeah. Your memory is probably better than mine at this point, so I'll take your word for it. But I know that you gave me a shout out on one of those Facebook freestyles.
And I believe I may have butchered. I want to say, I don't know if it was a complete butcher of your last name. It might have just been more of a deli cut, but yeah.
Well, don't worry about it. That's why I tell people to call me Flash, and some people call me Stevie J. It's just don't even bother to try to pronounce the last name, because nobody knows it, nobody gets it, and I don't worry about it. It's I got all these internet monikers people know anyway. It's like Chaz Kangas. People know Chaz Kangas, so you don't even have to worry about the rest.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, but for the record, it's Steve Juwan, right?
Yeah, it is. You're correct.
Boom, victory. Gold star.
You got Tiger Blood right now. You're winning.
So, absolutely.
I suppose on the next album, there's probably going to be a Charlie Sheen rap when you get around to doing the next one.
Oh, there's so many, the Charlie Sheen thing, it's, I kind of want to just be the person who, goes one step further. I'm just going to just do, maybe an all Emilio Estevez freestyle. I find him an incredibly compelling figure, and I was kind of hoping that the resurgence of Charlie Sheen in the media was going to allow, a little more Emilio focus.
Hey, Martin Sheen too. Why not? Give him.
Yeah, Martin Sheen. Oh yeah, Martin Sheen is he's always an activist, and I've heard from numerous people who work in the television industry that whenever he shows up to do a show or to be in town for an interview of some sort, if he passes a protest or a strike going on for any workers' rights or whatever, on the way to the studio, he will get out, ask the workers what they're protesting, find out the story, and if he agrees, spend some time with them and protesting alongside them. So there's been just small stores where people have been protesting, and suddenly these neighborhood areas, and then boom, there's Martin Sheen.
It's one of those kind of things that can only happen when you've got that much power and fame and celebrity and money, and you can just choose whatever cause you want. It's an enviable position to be in, to be able to go out and support people when they're protesting for their rights. It's a shame we don't all have the power to do that.
Yeah, well, I don't. Well, maybe it's a good thing, because I know if it were me, if I had that kind of power, I'd focus everything entirely on getting the Typhoon flavor of Mountain Dew brought back.
Yeah, I'd have them bring back the Livewire flavor of Mountain Dew, but we're running a little short on time, and we're going to close the show by playing another one of your songs, Chaz. But before we get out of here, I want to give you a chance to throw out some plugs, and I'll throw out a few plugs too as well. A personal reference, which is available right now at chazkangas.bandcamp.com, and you're on Twitter as well at ChazRaps, ChazRaps. And Chaz, why don't you throw out the Facebook plug for everybody?
Just if you're on Facebook and want me as a friend, because I make a fantastic internet friend, I'm on there as Chaz Kangas, because my real name sounds incredibly fake. And yeah, just tell me what you want me to instrumental for me to freestyle over, so long as it isn't Shook Ones Part 2, Grind In, Exhibit C, Tried by 12, or any of the other incredibly overkill instrumentals. And I will gladly do it some Friday.
All right, Chaz, we're honored that you could come through today on the Hip Hop Shop. We thank you very much for your time today, and we look forward to having you back on again really soon in the future. So, everybody follow Chaz on Facebook and Twitter, and keep up on his albums, and get a personal reference on Bandcamp. Support Chaz Kangas, y'all.